Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are so sick of royal wedding stuff, I apologize. Please ignore the title of this video and think of it as just a nice bridal look. I'm going to be attempting to recreate Meghan Markle's makeup from the royal wedding that happened this past weekend, and I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of fun watching it. The reality is I have no idea what her actual makeup looked like. I'm just basing it off of photos. I don't know the products that she used, although I do know that the makeup artist that she used was the Honest Beauty creative director, or some tie to Honest Beauty, which I thought was kind of cool. So I did throw in one Honest Beauty product here because I'm sure he used a couple. But otherwise, this is really just my interpretation, and if anything, it is just a pretty bridal smoky eye look, so I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so originally I was going to start with my base, but I just tried to apply the Aire Perez Quinoa Water Foundation, and it looks like I am reacting to something that was in it. So I took it all off, and I'm just going to try and let this little like inflamed redness go down a little bit, and we'll start on the eyes. Sort of feel like when you start with your eyebrows, like everything looks really crazy and over dramatic until you do the rest of your face, but we're gonna start with our eyebrows. And I'm just gonna brush them up. Meghan's eyebrows are a little bit thinner and far nicer shaped than mine. So I don't wanna do anything too dramatic, but I do want them to be filled in because she did have a little bit of definition going on, and they were like a slightly warmer color than I think her natural brow. But I'm going to use my Eco Brow in the color Penelope, and I'm just going to softly sort of shape and fill in my brows so they look a little bit more sculpted. So I brushed them up again, and I'm just going to go on the base first, sort of draw where I want the line to be. I'm going to brush down and do the same thing, sort of starting from here for the arch, and I'm just going to fill in the front a tiny bit, and then I want to look at the two of them together and make sure they're at least related in some fashion. And then I'm going to take a clear brow gel and just brush them into place. Okay, so now they look a little bit more sculpted, and I know that they look like kind of crazy and full, but that's because we don't have any other makeup on. We're gonna go in and do the eyes, and of course construction starts exactly when I'm filming, even though I'm filming at such an unusual time for me because I tried to avoid construction, but whatever, we're just gonna keep going. So we're gonna use a combo of the Filthy Rich eye palette and the Laid Bare eyeshadow palette. Meghan was wearing just a beautiful sort of gray, purple, brown, does that make sense to anyone? Smoky eye, and so we're gonna do that, and I have a piece of fuzz in my eye, that's why it's a little challenging to see right now, but that's cool. But really quickly before we do that, just so I have a nice base to work with, I'm going to go into actually like a cream contour palette. This is from Honest Beauty, and I'm going to use the lighter brown shade, and I'm going to put that on my eyelid and a little bit into my crease, and this is going to help with sort of the base shades. It's going to make them stick a little bit nicer, be a little bit more pigmented, and give us a little extra definition. Okay, so our eye is a little bit warmed up. It has a little bit of definition. Now I'm going to go into this lighter shade in the Laid Bare palette. I'm going to place that all over my lid. Now I'm going to grab the Filthy Rich palette, and these three shades at the very end of the palette are sort of the ones we're going to concentrate with. So I'm going to be using that goldy brown color with a little bit of shimmer all over my lid and just packing it on pretty close to the lash line, and then blending upwards towards my crease. And we're just gonna really softly build up these colors. Once that color's on, I'm actually gonna go into that last shade, which is sort of like a gray purpley color, and I'm gonna place that in my crease. There wasn't a ton of eyeshadow visible when she was smiling or anything like that, so don't take it up too high. Now taking a smaller smudgy brush, I'm going to go into that deep chocolate color. I'm going to work this right at my root upwards, letting it get a little bit thicker towards the outer corner. So now we're starting to see some of the smokiness come out. I'm going to take this just a tiny bit at the outer corner, blend it towards the center with my fingers because she didn't really have a lot of shadow underneath, but I can imagine that they put a little bit just for definition. Going back into the Laid Bare palette, we're going to take that black color, and I'm going to put it very close to the lash line with a flatter brush, and I'm concentrating that mostly at the outer corner. This is a really soft black. This isn't like a black, so if you're trying to use products that you have at home, even a deep chocolate brown would look really nice. And then I'm taking sort of that like gunmetal color from the Filthy Rich palette at the very end. I'm just placing it in the outer third to cool off the eye a little. Now I'm just gonna line really close to my lash line just for some extra definition and to really thicken up your lash line. I'm not gonna do a flick or anything. Just gonna take it all the way down to where my lashes start to thin out. Taking a clean brush, I'm just gonna go over the edges and really blend it to make sure it's not too harsh. I'm gonna add plenty of mascara, again really being careful to start at the baseline. And she had mascara all the way into her inner corner, so it's not a cat eye, it's not dragged out to the side. It's just very fluttery and sort of like round-eyed. She definitely had a little bit on her bottom lashes, but I'm gonna wait and do that after we do sort of our base. So now that it looks like the redness that I got sort of went down, I am going to go in and do my base, and instead of using the Airy Perez Quinoa foundation, I'm going to use the Ilia True Skin Serum foundation, and I'm going to apply it with my fingers. I think that's how this foundation applies best. I'm going to take the beauty blender and just go over. Now that we sort of have this blank canvas look going on, I'm going to do the most tedious pinpoint concealing you've ever seen because I don't want to add too much foundation. I mean, honestly, it didn't even look like she was wearing foundation. You could see her freckles through there, which we'll get to that part, but it was just such a natural, beautiful look, and her skin is just like glowing. I don't want anything that I'm doing to look too heavy, so I'm gonna sort of leave it where it is right now, but I am gonna make sure that my brows look very clean underneath, and I'm gonna take whatever is left over on my brush and just go right underneath to really make sure that the shape is what I want and just blend down. So her under eyes weren't particularly highlighted or anything, but she definitely didn't have dark circles. So I'm just gonna place a little bit of this Vapor Illusionist concealer right in the inner corners and just blend. I have to go to the grocery store later. I don't know whether to take this off or just wear it and own it and be like, yeah, so what? Now the fun part. So Meghan does not have a contoured look at all. So this is just a step to give me a little bit more similar of like a face shape as her. So I'm going to take a little bit of contour color and very bravely I'm going to use my fingers and just redefine where the shadow on my nose is. Because I'm using my fingers, it's going to be a super soft, subtle contour. If you want something more heavy duty, use a brush and have it be a little bit more defined. Then because she had a beautiful bronze glow, I'm gonna start off by using this cream product, and I'm just gonna place it back in the hollows of my cheek area and just blend it. I'm also gonna place some up by my hairline just to start the bronze, and then I'm gonna go in with a powder afterwards. A little over the bridge of my nose. Before I go in with another bronzer, I'm going to use another cream product to give my cheeks just a warm pink glow. And this is just going to layer over the top of the area that we were on before. And I really want to make sure that I'm blending this well. You want everything to sort of sit seamlessly on the skin. Okay, grabbing my bronzer now and just a big fluffy brush, we're just going to bronze away. So sort of over the top in a C shape. She has had such a luminous glow to her. I'm going to take the highlighter that I chose for this look, which is the Venus Organics highlighter in First Christmas. This is actually part of my giveaway, so that'll be linked down below. But I just felt like it was the perfect highlighter for this because it is so beautiful and so natural. So I'm just going to place that on my cheekbones just to give me that sort of glow. I'm going to place just the tiniest bit on this sort of like the bridge area of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and then under my brow bone. With the bronzer brush, I'm just going to powder sort of my T-zone and areas that I don't want to be shiny. So I'm using the bronzer blush. I'm using the bronzer blush because it'll sort of help integrate a little bit more bronze into these lighter areas so there won't look like such a stark difference. And then her lips were just a beautiful pink tone. So I'm going to start off by using this Tata Harper volumizing lip and cheek tint in Very Sweet, and see how I like that. Honestly, might be a little bit too pink. I'm just going to take over the top of it this Ilia lipstick in These Days, which is a slightly more nude color. As a final step, we are getting to the end, guys. I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray on. This is the Lily Lolo setting spray. And that just sort of makes everything look a little bit dewier again and takes away any extra powder look. Now this final step is completely optional and not necessary at all, but I thought it would be fun. I'm going to take a little bit of my brow color and a pinpoint brush again I'm just gonna dot some freckles on, sort of scatter them across my nose. If anything comes out too strong, all you have to do is just tap your fingers over them. I always loved freckles. My sister has beautiful freckles. I just have like 2 freckles on my face. I don't know if this is a freckle or what you call that, but okay guys, there you have it. That is the completed Meghan Markle royal wedding look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just fun to sort of play around whether or not this is similar at all to what she was doing. I don't know, but I like how it turned out, and I think it's a really pretty either bridal look, or if you're a bridesmaid, or if you're just going to a wedding, I think this would be a great look to try out. As always, I will leave all the products that I use linked down below so you guys can go check those out. Please let me know if you have any questions, and make sure that you've entered the giveaway. It'll be 1 more week, so next Tuesday it'll be over, unfortunately, and I want to make sure that all of you have entered. The rules of entry and everything are going to be on the video that I'll link down below, so just go ahead and check that out. Basically everything you need is in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe for 2 uploads a week, and I will see you all on Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!